Assalamu alaikum. In today's video we are looking at another brilliant game of Mikhail Tal which he played against Egor. The reason of showing you this game is Mikhail Tal's deadly bishop. The way he developed it and the way he used them in the middle game was incredible. Mikhail Tal was playing as a black and his opponent was playing as a white, so he started the game with the d4. Mikhail Tal played knight to f6, c4, g6, knight to c3, bishop to g7 and e4. The main idea of the black in this position is to allow the white to build the center, and later he can play d6 with the c5 or e5 move where he can attack the center. In this position Mikhail Tal did the same. He played d6 preparing the c5 or e5 move. Bishop to e2, short castle, bishop to g5 and c5 attacks the center. White did not want to open the center, so he played d5, but Mikhail Tal again strikes with the e6 move, and here white played queen to d2. Queen to d2 prepares this long castle and also prepares this bishop to h6, and once the dark square bishop get exchanged, it's easier for the white to attack the king side. Mikhail Tal in this position opened the center with the e captures on d5, e captures on d5 and queen to b6. Mikhail Tal did not waste any single move and he straight away attacks the queen side. Knight to f3, bishop to f5, again attacks the queen side. Knight to h4. Knight to h4 is a good move because this knight is attacking the Mikhail Tal bishop. Let's say in this position Mikhail Tal do not save his bishop and he plays some random move, then knight captures on f5, and after g captures on f5, this is not the pawn structure Mikhail Tal would want to play with. That's why in this position Mikhail Tal played knight to e4, a great and interesting move. Why it's a great move? Because this knight is attacking the opponent's queen and also inviting the white to capture on e4. Well, it's forced for the white to capture, so white played knight captures on e4 and now bishop captures on e4, and that's how Mikhail Tal saved his bishop. And if we look in this position, the Mikhail Tal bishops are way more powerful than any white pieces, and that is the reason why computer is suggesting to attack the bishop with the f3 move, but white missed it and he played long castle, and that is the first mistake of the game, because now Mikhail Tal played knight to a6 with a simple plan of knight to b4 and knight captures on a2. And if you are thinking you can play a3 move stopping the knight to b4, but Mikhail Tal can play queen to b3 with the simple plan of queen to a2 and the queen to a1 check, and that would be winning for Mikhail Tal. That's why a3 is not playable in this position. White played f3, but now it's too late and Mikhail Tal played a brilliant knight to b4, sacrificing his bishop. And why it's a brilliant move, we will see that in some next moves. White accepts the sacrifice and he played f captures on e4. Mikhail Tal goes with the plan knight captures on a2 check. Remember, you cannot play the king to c2 because of queen captures on b2, king to d3, and after queen to b3 check, queen to c3 is forced and queen captures on c3 is a checkmate. That's why king to c2 is not an option. White played king to b1, but Mikhail Tal strikes again with the knight to c3 check. Remember, you cannot capture with the pawn because of this pin, you cannot capture with the queen because of the bishop, and king to a1 is not an option because of queen to a6 checkmate. That's why white in this position played king to c1, but again Mikhail Tal strikes with the knight captures on e4, attacking the bishop and at the same time attacking the queen. If you are thinking about queen to e3 or queen to f4 move saving the bishop, let's say you play queen to e3, you are thinking you have saved the bishop, but now queen captures on b2 is a checkmate. That's why queen to e3 and queen to f4 does not work. White is also forced to protect this b2 pawn, and white played queen to c2 protecting this b2 pawn. Mikhail Tal played knight captures on g5. Now Mikhail Tal get the piece back that he has sacrificed earlier with the two extra pawns. So white played knight to f3, Mikhail Tal accepts it, knight captures on f3, bishop captures on f3, and now Mikhail Tal played a5 with the simple plan of a4 and a3. White played rook to d3 stopping this a4 or a3, but Mikhail Tal did not stop and he played a4, so rook to e1, queen to b4 making the room for this b5 move, so rook to e7, and now Mikhail Tal cannot play this b5 move because of rook to b7. That's why first Mikhail Tal played rook f to e8, and remember you cannot play rook to c7 because of this a3 move, and this a3 move is very strong. That's why white accepts the trade and he played rook captures on e8, rook captures on e8, king to b1, and now b5, and here white made the last mistake of the game. rook to a3, and now there's a checkmate by force in the next 4 moves. If you wanna find out, stop the video and try to find it. Well, Mikhail Tal found it and he played rook to e1 check. Remember, you cannot play bishop to d1 because of rook captures on d1, and again you cannot capture the rook because of queen captures on b2 checkmate. That's why in this position bishop to a1 is not a playable move. White played king to a2, and at this position Mikhail Tal gives the final blow with the queen captures on a3 check, and at this position white resigned. The reason of resignation is simple. White has 2 options. The first one is to play b captures on a3, but now rook to a1 is a checkmate, and let's say you do not capture with the pawn, you play king captures on a3, but again rook to a1 is a checkmate, and that is the reason why white resigned in this game. So I hope you like this brilliant game of Mikhail Tal, and if you like it, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing and inspiring content.